Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sport and Journey. I hope everybody's doing well. I couldn't sleep. It's what is it? What time is it now? It's 3:29 a.m. Anyway, couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd do a quick video on what I think is probably the biggest game of the weekend. And that's the North London derby between Tottenham and Arsenal. Now, for obvious reasons, I think this is the first time I can remember where something's riding on it for both teams, really. You've got Tottenham who were desperate for the points to avoid relegation. You've got Arsenal who were desperate for points um, to 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 put right what they did wrong against Wolves midweek. And obviously, with it being a North London derby, there's fierce rivalry there. There's a lot going. There's a lot happening in this game, and we'll get into it. But first of all, let's just have a quick look at the table. Right, so Tottenham currently 16th. What are the 5 points clear of West Ham. Now, five points is it doesn't sound a lot, but it is for a team who are chasing you down. So hope from a Tottenham perspective, now that you've brought in Tudor and got rid of Frank, hopefully you'll start seeing a change in results for the positive for you, really, because you had to do it. You had no choice. You would have gone down with Thomas Frank. That is for sure. And Arsenal are currently top at table. They've had two draws in their last 5 games on spin. They'll be desperate to get send a statement to Man City that it was just a wobble they had. But this is what I meant by when I said there's so much riding on this for both teams, both needing to get a victory. This is why I think this game's going to be pretty exciting. If I'm honest, I really do. I think it's going to be exciting. Now, now you'd say all the positives are for Arsenal. Tottenham have got a really depleted squad with injuries, some key players missing. Um, Arsenal, they are the best team in Premier League. They're just having, they've just hit a bit of a mental note with themselves, and they haven't got the experience of winning Premier Leagues, and I think it's showing right now. Like people say that the bottle jobs and stuff like that. I think that's a bit harsh, to be fair, but if you listen to some of the Arsenal fan base talk, it's a lot, I can understand why a lot of people don't want Arsenal to win the league because the fans will be intolerable. That they'll be, for the rest of the London clubs that it'll be hard. It'll be I feel sorry for the rest of London clubs if Arsenal win it. Let's put it that way. But Tottenham need to win this game for themselves, really. They're going with Vigo Tudor as their new manager. He's, you know, they're going to go in without any sort of without anyone knowing exactly how they're going to set up exactly, what sort of tactics they're going to use in game because this is Vigo Tudor's first game as head coach at Tottenham. Now, I had to look back at the records, really, to find out when last time Tottenham bet Arsenal, and it was in 2022 at home. It was a 3-0 win against Arsenal, May the 12th. 2022, so it's a long time ago. So the due a win, aren't they? At Tottenham, you know what I mean? They've had a few draws and stuff like that, but the previous fixture in November 23rd, it was 4-1 to Arsenal at Emirates. So you'd say that Arsenal, are, have got the team good enough to beat Tottenham, but the problem is, has the confidence been dented a bit with that performance against Wolves? I'm just looking down at the table now, and this is Igor Tudor's first time being in charge of Tottenham. How's he going to set up? What sort of manager is he going to be? how the players going to be on board with him. Do you know what I mean? Because I've heard that a lot of these, Tottenham YouTube channels are saying it's a no nonsense manager. You know, if they don't play well, if they don't train, they don't play. The problem is that the players at Tottenham know that they haven't got squad depth. So if they know they're going to be picked, this is what I don't get. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see how Tottenham's mentality, never mind Arsenal's mentality. It's going to be interesting to see what Tottenham's mentality is, because if if Tottenham come out in the right mentality, new manager bounce and all that sort of thing, they have got a really good chance. But it's their injury record. It's the injuries what are the problem for me. It really is. The injury record. They've got a fair few They've got a fair few players out. They've got Bentancur's out, Richarlison's out, Bergveld's out, Madison's out, Udoggy's out, Odebert's out, Danso's out, Ben Davies is out, Pedro Porro's out, Mohamed Kudus is out. Dejan Kulusevski's out. Cristiano Romero's suspended. Dominic Solanke's a doubt, believe it or not. Arsenal have got Max Darwin who's out. Kai Havertz who is doubtful. Mikel Moreno's out. And Martin Odegaard's doubtful. So this is how I think Tottenham are going to line up. Vicario in net, back three of João Palhinha, Dragerson, Mickey van der Ven, a midfield four of Archie Gray, Conor Gallagher, Papa Matassar, um, who else will they have over there? Jed Spence, and then it'll be a front three of Mawani, Mateus Tell, and Simmons. That's how I think Tottenham will line up. I think Arsenal line up with Raya in net, although we had a bit of a flap against Wolves. I think it was his fault why Wolves got their second goal, personally. But I think they'll stick with him. Timber, Saliba, we know Gabriel, and Cappy, a midfield of Saka, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and up front they'll have a front three of Maduaki, Gyökeres, and Leandro Trossard. I think that's how the two teams are going to line up. But it's my score prediction. Believe it or not, I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-2. I don't think that'll be a good enough result for Arsenal, but it'd be good a point for Tottenham in the predicament they find themselves in. It'd be a really good point for Tottenham. I really do believe that. I think it'll be a better point for Tottenham than it will be for Arsenal. Anyway, let us know what you think, guys. Get what do you think the score's going to be? Get your comments in as always. Yes, so thank you very much for watching this edition of the Sporting Journey. Hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, have a great day. Enjoy the game. We'll be all watching it. Non Tottenham stroke Arsenal fans. We'll be watching it with added interest. Because just a lot riding on it for both teams. Anyway, take care. Look after yourself. See you all soon. Bye bye.